Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the inaugural, whatever you want to call it, opening show for Catch My Drift. And you can catch all the drift here because we're going to be talking about racing. Actually, I should say we. My dude over here, Chad ARNDER, is going to be talking about racing. The man knows his stuff. The man is a enthusiast. Superior knowledge extraordinaire. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to have to hog the time. You're going to see for yourself. What up, Chad?
Are you there?
I'm here. What's up?
All right. Let's see.
How you doing?
Good. Just working out the audio here real quick.
All right. You ready to talk about some racing today?
A little bit.
A little bit? Oh, sound more excited. Be pumped. This is Chad's first time podcasting. You know what? I've heard this guy, dude. He's a walking podcast. Trust me. So, hey, you're in good hands with Chad. So, everyone, get ready to listen up, read and weep. Chad, the floor is yours. And I'll check back in with y'all in a little bit and say what's up about my piece of it. All right?
All right. Well,
all right.
What y'all want to talk about in the racing world?
Get on into it, baby. What's up with NASCAR? Yo, Chad. What's up with NASCAR right now? Oh, I think we lost Chad for a second here. All right. Well, hold on. We seem to be experiencing difficulties here. I apologize, everyone. Chad, we just had Richmond this past week here, and guess what? Obviously, there was a fight. Go figure. Dude getting out of the car looking like, I think, what did one of the Southerners describe it? Like a can of biscuits coming out of the can. I can't wait. Hey, yo, Chad.
Yeah.
Barely hear you. You can't hear me?
Barely. I'm like got right up to my ear, like I thought they on the phone. Hello?
You're on. Take over, bro.
What's going on? Let me see if I can hear you on this one better.
There you go. You sound way better. You sound better now. You had shitty reception. You hear it now?
Good to see that.
Chad, you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's all you, man. Take over.
Yeah, I could barely hear you, but I'm just going ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the Richmond incident.
Well, no, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here now. It's all on you, man.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Hear me now?
Good luck, brother. Yeah, dude, I can hear you. It's all on you. Go. Right. It's all you. Right. Go.
Okay. Well, the deal with the Richmond incident, when Austin Dillon went into Logano on the last lap, at best, I thought that was borderline and whatnot. Sorry, guys. Real live here. All right. That's real live, ladies and gentlemen. Um, but going in when he went into turn 4 and got into Logano, at best that was a move that was questionable. But what really sealed the deal for me personally, I think, with NASCAR is that when he got into the Denny Hamlin, because Denny Hamlin was avoiding that, and Austin Dillon just went straight into him. I think that sealed the deal, and I believe that the punishment that NASCAR dished out yesterday was more than fair. Where there was like a $2 million difference in the loss of points for the 3 team not to be eligible in the playoffs unless they win again, which they will have a shot at Daytona. You know, Daytona's a crapshoot anymore. It's not a real race, like, to be honest with you. But if you don't win between now when the playoffs starts, it's going to be a $2 million hit. So I think NASCAR made the right decision. And I'm not a fan of Hamlin. I'm not a fan of Logano or Dillon. But right's right, wrong's wrong. And Denny Hamlin, after the race, made a very good comment that what they're doing in the Cup Series is affecting the younger people's perception of what a auto race is in the United States. And I really, and I'm paraphrasing, but I really believe that he was right on. And I've seen that a lot in the late models of the Cars Tour. Dirt, hit or miss, it's always been like that. But a lot of the kids coming up in the late models, sprints, ARCA, they seem to have that mentality like, let's just dump them. And there's a fine line between rubbing somebody, getting into them hard, and just what happened last Sunday night. So NASCAR was right on that, and they were right on punishing Logano. However, common sense is at best lacking in this day and age. You don't take a child into a hot pit when there's race cars coming down, even after the race. I mean, back when I was in the 80s and 90s, when I grew up on the dirt tracks, you couldn't even enter the pits until after the race, until you was 14 years old. Mom, more often not, mom, um, Tony's dad, or anybody like that we helped out, we stayed in the pits because I was at the time 8, 9 years old, and we couldn't go in that direction. So NASCAR needs to really step up on their game and not have children and nobody's business being in the pits unless you're supposed to be there. All right, so that's my opinion on it, and I'm not a big fan or like kiss NASCAR's rear end. Far from it, but when they do right, they do right, and this is one of them calls that they did the right thing. And we were taking this out. But I was wondering what everybody else's opinion on that was. So on and so forth. But from Richmond. Um, IndyCars, I think they're starting back up this weekend. Now, if you want a true point system, like in the old days, the real way to determine the championship, IndyCars do not have playoffs. They do have first race and last race, including Indy. Definitely Indy makes a difference. Um, One of my favorite drivers on there, Alexander Rossi, he is looking for a ride, but he's one heck of a talented oval racer. Of course, won the 2016 Indy 500, one of the slowest and one of the coolest. I think he'll be getting a good ride here real soon. And
Hey, hey, Chad.
and I think it was. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Chad, let me ask you a question because I know how much your opinion. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let me. I want you to elaborate on what your beef is. What makes you fucking pissed about how you can't use the same chassis, the same outer shell for your car in different races, and you have to waste it by actually making it go off. I know that's your tangent right there. That's all of you. Tell everyone what the hell's up with that.
Oh, so you refer to the Gen 7 car and how everything but the engine has to come from a food supply from NASCAR?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, you're trying to say you can't use a midget car, you have a stock car, you can't do that. Tell them everyone how much bullshit that is.
Okay, well, that is a very good point. NASCAR has touted.
Well, what I think my friend here with his shoddy reception is trying to say is, he told me about this recently while he's getting this thing together. He apparently, when it comes to regulation, if you want to actually use more, like you want to use your car in other ways, like you can't take the chassis. And for people not quite car savvy, and granted, Chad is way more savvy than I am, but the chassis is the shell. You can't use the shell in multiple ways. Like you can't refit it. And because you can't refit it, it's like a waste of materials, metals, it costs more money, it makes everything. And it's all about greed. It's all about greed. It's all about trying to milk the teeth out of everyone and everything that is, well, sponsorship, as NASCAR is, because they hold themselves out to sponsorship. But sponsorships pay the bills. So, I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. Am I right, Chad? If you're there? Well, Chad's still having technical difficulties. All right. Well, on that note, I'll still continue with it. Learning this off of him, I'm just saying, right now, we are in an age of racing that is changing and growing. But one, I don't know how breakdancing is in the Olympics, but stock car racing is. I mean, F1 is an international sport. And this whole thing where you can't actually reuse cars is just reinforces everything that is wrong with. I'm not saying capitalism is bad. I like capitalism. That's the way it should be. It can change it like even fight. You know, look, right now, got a second Chad here. Chad, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you're using a different one now. Gotcha. Oh, maybe. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I mean, this has everything to do with greed, but obviously we know that about NASCAR. It's all about football and basketball, etc. But when it comes to the chassis thing, we're wasting materials, raw materials, and we're also wasting money where people could be, you know, just having more of a consolidated way. Right, Chad?
Well, it's proprietary now. It used to be in the past that a current Xfinity car is a Gen 6 Cup car, and by design, or the chassis, the frame, so on and so forth. Obviously, they run a different bodywork, tires, and all that. And it used to be where if you had an old Cup car, in fact, as soon as recently as the 90s, if you didn't qualify for Daytona or Talladega or Atlanta, and the ARC was running, you could run that car, change the tires, change the weights, and you was ready to go. And a lot of NASCAR drivers like Alan Wiki and JD McDuffie would do that. And so that way it wasn't a waste or it got more track time. Kenny Schrader was really big on that, and so on and so forth. But when you prioritize something, the only thing you can use it for is the Cup Series. And you're spending knockout, including the engine, which the engine is separate, thankfully. You're spending $400,000 on a race car that you can only run in one series. Just like if you had an Apple computer or whatnot, a lot of that's proprietary, and that's a weird word to say with cars and trucks, but that's how it is now. And when NASCAR designed the vehicle, it was supposed to save money. Well, yeah, right. It was supposed to be safer. Well, the first year proved that Alex Bowman and Kurt Busch ended up getting concussed over it because the bumper was overbuilt. The rear section was way overbuilt. It didn't give. The car has to give, except for the center section, in order for a driver to be safe. It didn't do that. And so when they did that, and a lot of teams couldn't touch the vehicle, they can't design them like they used to. And then NASCAR teams pre-Gen 7 are some of the smartest engineers in the automotive industry. They got books and street smarts, if you will.
Hey, well,
And
Chad, let me ask. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me ask you this, because I think people are going to ask this question. What is the impact of that done for the monetary value, without getting too technical, etc., getting too much into economic? What has that done to impact the racing world in general right now because of these decisions they've made?
well, it made last first and foremost, and I'm telling everybody about this. First and foremost, it's lining the friends and family's pockets. Number one, because they couldn't even make money on the bolts they sell to hold the lug nuts to the car. Now they do, even that. So they make a cut of every part sold that's not the engine. Even the fuel injection, it used to be by McLaren. I'm not sure what it is now. They get a cut of that too. Only the steering wheel and the engine is, well, you don't have to be part of the supply chain. Okay, let's just say that. You still have to
All
be
right.
approved. You can't run like a turbocharged Audi engine in it, for example. But yeah, it's first and foremost, cut through the BS. It was to make NASCAR more money and more control. The second one was to save teams money over time, which on the chassis it did, but a $55,000 transaxle that you have to run on certain tracks, some of the lower teams can't afford that, and that's why a lot of them, or some of them, have been out 2020, 2021. They sold their charters and got out. So that is a dialogue, but you do not have to worry about aero. You just worry about setup because everything's the same, even the body work. The Toyota, Ford, and Chevy does have its quirks, but they're so even that none of them have advantage at any track. And it used to be, oh my God, I mean, there were people, I knew a guy, RCR, who made a living building bodies. That was a science in itself, and especially around the 2000s, it got really crazy. You're 5 now. But even right up to the Gen 6, they were wind tunnel tested. They even wind tunnel tested the Gen 7 car. So the idea was to cut that out. Well, teams are not going to stop doing it, you know? So it was for money, supposedly save teams money. And then the third thing was safety, which they had a rough patch in the first year of the car. So there you go. And the last race at Talladega.
Fair enough. I think it's pretty much, no, you're good. You're good. I think it's fair enough to say everything's about money when it comes to this whole shindig, or else they wouldn't be posting it all over the car. But even the lug nuts, like you said, and all the parts have to be their own entity. Like, they have to be related to what the company is using. But is that do you think that's holding the whole the product itself, like not the products, like the tools? Do you think the sport as the product, is that holding it back from growing?
I think it is in a lot of ways. I had a controversial take years ago that NASCAR needs to go back to the era of running what the manufacturers wants to run. If Ford wants to run a turbocharged V6, figure it out. If Chevy wants to run their LST engines, figure it out. Dodge wants to run Hemis. Toyota wants to run whatever they want to run, figure it out. You've got to have manufacturers to support, because they will pour a lot of money. They have resources beyond the yin yang. Any car company, even Tesla, is not a small operation by no means. And so the more manufacturers you have involved, the better the sport will be. And I really think they need to do something about that, which this has not been verified, but they are going to run a hybrid system in the future, not electric, but a hybrid. I think that will open the door up for more manufacturers to get involved. Um, when it's going to happen, I think maybe 2028.
Well, they already
Because
did, but you told me they already did that once and they scrapped it, right?
no, they've been looking into
Oh,
it
no,
for a long time.
you said you
Uh,
said EcoBoost.
no,
Right?
see they ran a Ford engine, the Ford V8, the FR9 engine, but Ford did a lot of advertising with the EcoBoost and a vehicle that had at the time a carbureted V8. NASCAR wouldn't let them do it, but I guarantee you, if they let them run the EcoBoost, Ford would dump a whole lot of money in it and support. Which I gotta give France family credit. They are great salespeople. I ain't gonna lie, they're great at selling. Gotta give them flowers for that. But,
They are great salespeople. They have to be. They have to promote and like they said, they have to hoard themselves out sponsors as well. But they're loaded. They're loaded for sure.
but no, the center section of the Gen 7 is designed to hold a hybrid system in the future. And because of COVID, because of supply chain issues, because of costs, they kept pushing it back. But NASCAR in the near future will not be a full electric series, but they will be a hybrid series. And basically to keep the V8 alive is what it's going to come down to.
All right. Well, it's gonna. Well, the V8 needs to stay alive. There's like people talking years ago. They said the V8 was going away. The last true V8s were going away. Or at least things are going to start being turboed or going to be hybrids. Right now, that doesn't seem to be the case, which I'm happy about. I love V8s. They're a favorite engine. But I do like the hybrid technology now, though. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what direction we're heading towards when it comes to. It's not just stock cars, but also Indy, Formula One, drag, etc. I don't know, what direction do you think we're heading in right now?
NASCAR has been, we just mentioned the V8, the carbureted V8s all the way to 2011. They were slow to change because they were burnt by manufacturers before, all the way back in the like 1970, 1971. At one time, excuse me, hold on a second. Hey, what's up?
Oh, man's got a phone call, but hey, he's right. They are actually moving. Stock car is different when it comes to that. I don't see the Indy or the
Sorry about that.
Formula
Real life
One.
is different.
Oh no, you're good. You're
Um,
good. I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry.
no, you're cool. You're cool. Because back in '71, well, really in the late '60s, Ford was wanting to bring some wild stuff. Dodge brought the or Chrysler brought the Hemi out, and they were really pushing the envelope of what a manufactured racing engine was. Well, around '71, right before Winston started sponsoring, Chrysler and Ford pulled out. And that really left a burn on the France family, which I totally agree with. And so they always had this mentality of we need to have something where if a manufacturer ever pulls out, we're not dead. Like most road race series was, IndyCar went through that, and it's sort of going through it now in a lot of ways. Um, you don't want the manufacturer to control the series, but at the same time, you got to give them incentive to sell their wares to the public. And racing will always sell products. Racing will always have a fan base. There, like Dodge pulled out in 2012, and you cannot find any cheap merchandise of Dodge products. People want Dodge back, but at the same time, they can't rule the roost either, and then they should. And then it becomes a spec series, and then it loses its charm.
Okay, I
Hello.
feel you. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Hey, this is our first show on this. We're doing great here, but let's go. Hey, Chad, let's move on to our remaining topic, and then we're going to tell people about the upcoming shows as well to give them a preview what do you see? We already have our first race in the books with the fight and everything like that. But what do you have? What are you excited about? What are you looking forward to for this upcoming NASCAR season? Give us a glimpse of what you're thinking.
But NASCAR Cup as a whole, I'm kind of interested to see how the road course is going to play out. But I think the schedule is pretty much the same. I really don't have a top pick per se, but William Byron's been pretty strong. Won't count him out and never count out Larson. My man Ty Gibbs, I am a fan of Ty Gibbs. He's getting better. Right now, I'm just taking a wait and see approach. I've been following ARNDER a lot, so on, and trying to get my own racing going. IndyCar has been a lot of drama with that, but NASCAR, I'm just taking a wait and see approach and see what goes down and go from there.
Sorry about that. My bad. That was on me.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Hey, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite driver, or at least your favorite team? Let's be honest. We gotta at least know. Everyone has one.
Well, I got three favorites. I can actually build a model car of them. Ty Gibbs, I really like his talent. He's really young. He is getting mature. He came off as honestly as a brat when he started, but with his tragic loss of his father and being in the Cup Series, I think he's grown up mature, and he's just one hell of a wheelman. He can drive. He can see things that, like, why didn't I think that? And his grandpa being a Super Bowl champion coach and owner of Gibbs, he's doing well. I like Kyle Larson. He's a generational talent like that of Tony Stewart and AJ Point. Man, I mean, kid's a legend, even though he's in his 30s. And I'm really pulling for Josh Berry. He came up from late model, and he's got a ride next year after Stuart Haas is imploding and closing down. Really pulling for Josh Berry. He's really
All right. Josh, wait. You know, tell everyone who my least favorite driver is. Tell them who. You know what it is.
Well, you like Austin Dillon, don't you?
I am not like Austin Dillon. Nope. No.
That is best.
Hey, Austin Dillon, I'm sorry. I went to school with him, man. I mean, he's a nice guy, but I can't support you because you're driving Dale. You're driving Dale's number 3. That's just disrespectful. Disrespectful. And you cut off people, and you don't drive right. I mean, and by the way, you wear a 10-gallon hat around, and you're from the private sector of North Carolina, from the suburbs of North Carolina. Stop wearing that cowboy hat, bro. Come on. All right. let's tone it down a little bit. Besides, it's only like, I was happy when you won your first race, man, but now it's like, come on. All right. God bless America. Jesus, Lord in heaven. All right. Hey, well, say what? What's that, dude?
There is one guy now. I should have said his first, but last but not least, one my favorite NASCAR driver as a whole is a 51-year-old Japanese man who's trying to be the first Japanese driver in the Daytona 500, and my man Akinori Agata. I've been pulling for him for years. I helped him out in kart racing when he dabbled with that between what's now the ARCA E Series. He's been coming up through trucks and getting a ride. And at Daytona, this will be his first, if he makes it, his first super speedway start of any series that he's been in so far. And he is a really cool inspiration, a really cool story about how his journey got to where he is now. But he is, as a NASCAR driver, he's definitely my number one. He is definitely more than Ty Gibbs. So, but he's just a phenomenal guy, and like I said, he just helped him out.
If you think he's a phenomenal guy, I'm going to take your word for it. I believe it. You're a man of good character, or else you wouldn't be on ScOutCast Media, or ScOutCast Media, excuse me, ScOutCast Media. Let's see, you wouldn't. Guys, I told you, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm telling you.
And you'll be driving.
Sorry about the commotion in the background. Look at jackasses. I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings, which is usually there. I'm about to be at Twin Peaks soon. Starting Monday. By the way, shout out to Twin Peaks for hooking ScOutCast Media Hub up with a spot, some promotion with food, beer, etc., spirits, and also they're also going to just treat us well, and we're going to treat them well. So shout out to them. There's some NASCAR along with we're in North Carolina. NASCAR is kind of that thing. But Formula One still dope as hell. Let's go. They're stopping. That's my favorite drive. All right, but taking that into consideration, Chad, I'm gonna let you wrap this up here. But follow Chad over at his Instagram, Chad ARNDER, ChadArnder. There you go, Chad ARNDER 75, all lowercase. Follow the man, Chad. What you got closing remarks for this baby? Put this baby to bed.
Well, first and foremost, and give that shout out to you and your show, Pitch the Paint. I listened to it. Very good. Very down to earth. Very, just really good. Really good podcast. Listen to our podcast itself. Give shout out to Farmington Dragway, and shout out, the most important of all, shout out to all my wonderful customers. They make my dreams come true, and make things happen, and it's better than gold, as I always say.
I love it. Hey, thank you, man. Pitch to Paint, casting all over the world. Pitch to Paint, casting the world, Onside Take, and now welcome to the family, Chad, on Catch My Drift, because you can burn some rubber, eat dust, and you can catch this dude's drift because he is here to stay. The man knows. Hey, not bad for your first podcast, brother. Not bad.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
I know. So you felt more comfortable. I liked it. It's like I popped your podcast cherry.
There you go.
I popped your podcast cherry. I know. I got him stunned now. All right, everyone. Hey, well, next time, by the way, this guy's going to be running it solo next time. Or he might even have some guests. You got any guests you want to shout out for possible future appearances?
Well, I can already almost get hold of him, see if you can. Also, there was a former Cup Series owner who is just I think the world of. I've never met him before, but he's already a hero. I'm going to see about getting hold of him. And I may be doing drag racing, but I ain't forgot about my kart folks. And I had to get some of them there. Some of them are legends. Some of them play in what's called the D&Q series in Millbridge. Millbridge is just the best kart track in the world, national recognition. D&Q is one of the coolest kart series, and I'd like to get some folks on there. And they work in the NASCAR as well. So it'd be like multiple questions for them. What they do, how they got there. One guy's from Australia, what he thinks, and we'll just go from there.
All right, I like it. Well, everyone, I am so happy to have Chad on board. This is great. North Carolina and the South in general, and even further and beyond now, for stock car fans, it's growing in popularity as it should be. They need to get their shit together when it comes to solidarity and not wasting all this parts and all this wasting money. But you know what? They bleed money. Don't let them. And go check out the movie Logan Lucky, because at least they robbed from it. So yeah, there we go. But I would say it's a pleasure to have you on here, Chad. You can find me at Living at 09. I have this streaming along with Chad's Instagram. Again, it's Chad ARNDER, all lowercase. Sorry, my bad. 75, Chad ARNDER 75. All right, so this is ScOutCast Media. Chad, thank you for being on here, and you're going to be hosting the crap out of this next time. So I think you're ready, dude. I think you're ready. In fact, I know you're ready.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere. It was awesome. It's fun.
That's right. That's right. If you catch my drift, oh, there you go. I had to. All right, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in, Chad. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again for the shout out, ScOutCast Media, baby. Check it out on YouTube as well, and my Facebook and there, and the Living at 09 on Twitter and Chad's Instagram. He's gonna have it on there too. But in the meantime, all y'all take it easy and have a good night. Peace out.